Hello guys and welcome to my video where we're going to discuss the Afrin crisis and the military confrontation that is taking place there between Turkey and the Syrian Kurds. First, a little bit of historical background here. Kurds are an ethnic and linguistic minority that inhabit certain countries within the greater Middle East. In Syria, they're mainly located along the border with Turkey. In Turkey, they're mainly concentrated in the southeastern area. In 2011, the Syrians rose against the brutal dictator Assad, and the Syrian civil war started. And slowly, Syria started to descend into chaos and to break up into different geographical areas dominated by different militant groups. Generally, the Kurds stayed neutral in the war and stayed confined within their own geographical enclaves. As years passed by and the Syrian civil war raged on, the militant group ISIS appeared and started to swallow up Syrian territory. The US looked for allies on the ground to fight ISIS within Syria, and in the Kurds, it found a reliable and eager secular ally it can depend on. The US started providing significant military aid and air firepower to the Kurdish militias, and slowly but surely, the Kurds pushed ISIS back and liberated territories that it had previously occupied in Syria. Meanwhile, Turkey, which has a significant Kurdish minority in its southeast, as I said before, was monitoring the situation in Syria closely. Turkey's main concern is that as the Kurds in northern Syria get more support from the United States militarily and get more powerful, they eventually will form a self-ruling autonomous region in northern Syria, or worse, can form an independent Kurdish state, which will by itself encourage the Kurds in Turkey to do the same and thus break up Turkey as we know it. Turkey objected to the United States about its policy of arming the Kurds, but the United States ignored Turkey's wishes, and the Kurds continued to make military progress and success against ISIS and liberate territory after territory from its control. When in the summer of 2016, Kurdish forces crossed the Euphrates River and liberated the strategic and important city Manbij in northern Syria from ISIS control, it seemed as the Kurds were finally wanting to create a corridor that stretches all the way from eastern to western Syria, and that rang alarm bells in Turkey, and Turkey finally decided to take matters into its own hand and intervene militarily in Syria. So in August 2016, the Turkish military, in cooperation with some Syrian opposition forces, attacked what's remaining of ISIS strongholds in northern Syria and succeeded in driving ISIS out of it, and in doing so basically formed a wedge to prevent the Kurds from extending their influence and forming a corridor all the way from east to western Syria, and isolated the Afrin pocket, which is ethnically Kurdish pocket, in northwestern Syria. So the current Turkish offensive in Afrin should really be seen as a continuation of the Operation Euphrates Shield that started in Manbij in August 2016. Turkey's ultimate goal is to rid northern Syria of Kurdish military presence, for it perceives this as a threat to its national security.